Hello, welcome to the Everton News Daily, brought in association with the SofaScore app. Nottingham Forest have been deducted 4 points for a breach of Premier League profit and sustainability rules. Today, they made a losses of £34.5 million. Everton breached by £19.5 million, but were docked 6 after initially being deducted 10. The written reasons for Nottingham Forest case provided explanation for the difference. Both breaches were deemed as significant, but Forest have been given 2 points back for mitigating circumstances. The Premier League argued it should be a 6 to 8 point deduction to reflect the fact that their losses are higher, but the reason from the Commission for the mitigation was that Forest were proactive and worked cooperatively with the Commission, saving the Commission time and money. Yeah, I mean, what do you do with this? This has been made up from day one. Absolutely made. It's a joke. How Everton were given 10 in the first place is a nonsense. And Forest, who, Everton had mitigation for Ukraine war, building a new stadium, etc., etc. Forest mitigation was, we sold Brennan Johnson. And that's it. And listen, I've said all along, I've been consistent. I'd want either club. I don't think anyone should be getting dock points. It's a nonsense. It makes a mockery of the league. And this makes a mockery of the league. But if you've had a team that's just been deducted 6 points, then the next team that breaches higher, their deduction must be higher. It's got to be. And yet they've only been docked 4 points. It just doesn't seem fair. Doesn't seem right. It's like I said, they're making it up as they go along. Richard Masters, what a joke of a CEO he is. But the whole thing is nonsense. And it was nonsense right from the start. And all this, Everton have been put through the mill because the Premier League are trying to head off an independent regulator. It's the only reason. The only reason. So they're trying to show they're strong enough to punish teams and stuff. It's a joke. Absolute joke. We had to play 3 months with minus 10 points. Before we got given some back. Forest have been docked 6 and given 2 back already. And might appeal because they're not happy. They should be dancing in the streets. They should be on an open top bus. Because they've bought 43 players, I think, since they got promoted. Absolutely crazy. Further to that, Forest mentioned Everton in their case for the breach. They said Everton appeared to have avoided the prospect of relegation during the 22-23 season by reason of initially denying the complaint brought against it and taking various points, including resisting the Premier League's application for expedition, such that the first instance proceedings against it could not be determined until November. The need for swift decision-making to assist the integrity of the Premier League means that clubs cooperate. The clubs that cooperate should be significantly rewarded to incentivise the others to do so and deter those who seek to delay or disrupt the proceedings brought against them. Again, utter nonsense. And using the fact that they got seen second after Everton's has already been first, using that to their advantage. Everton were told about the interest on the stadium, they could use it. Halfway through that period, they turned around and said you can't use that, which is a nonsense in itself. Everton were then informed at the end of March in the 22 season, whenever it was, that they breached 22-23. They'd breached. So judging by that, Forest were told in December and have been heard 10 weeks later. So if Everton were told in March that they've breached and then had to go to commission, the season would have been finished. But the independent commission in that case said there was no time to prepare your defence within the season. Utter bollocks. And the fact Forest have named us, in my opinion, Everton can't leave this to the fans. They left the last protest to the fans. Everton should come out with a strong reaction and response to this, calling out the Premier League, calling out Nottingham Forest now. I've tried to defend Forest, saying if the rules are against them, and they are. But this is unacceptable, and I think Everton have to come out with a very, very aggressive response to this. They won't, because there's no strong leadership at the football club. But if there was, that's what they should be doing. Finally, the first steel pedestrian gate has been fully integrated into the surroundings at Everton's new stadium. Listen, the stadium's probably the best thing about the club at the moment. It's the thing we can look to for a brighter future. But it does... Everything's being tarnished with it because of what's going on behind the scenes. Because the takeover is dragging on because of this points deduction, because we don't win football matches. Everything is getting worse. But the stadium is the one shining light. Restoration work has been ongoing to rebuild the wall around the galvanised steel gate, which was lifted into one of 3 new pedestrian access points on the eastern boundary of the site last November. The 3 main pedestrian access points on Regent Road, all manufactured less than half a mile from the stadium by Warbrick Engineering, are to be installed in total. These will be central to the flow of all visitors to the stadium, as all entry will be via the eastern side of the site. It is amazing. Listen, we've had videos on our channel showing the progress being made at Everton's new stadium. It's incredible. I can't wait to get in there. But like I said, it is being tarnished a little bit at the moment by what the Premier League are doing and the way they've dragged the heels on the decision on the takeover. We need some finality to the whole thing, because otherwise we can't move on. We can't move forward. That's it from me. I am annoyed, as you can see, with the unjustness of it all. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. See you later.